Chandler, can you hear me okay? Good morning and welcome to the Keystone International 2025 Junior Beef Show. I'm Tammy Weaver. I'll be your announcer for today. I'd like to introduce to you our judge for today, Matt Blankenship. Matt and his wife, along with their children Adeline and Axel, own and operate Next Level Genetics, and they focus on producing elite cattle in a variety of breeds with an emphasis on Herefords that are shown and marketed nationally. They also own and manage Next Level Images, providing photography services to events throughout North America. Matthew grew up heavily involved in the cattle industry, junior programs, and appreciates any opportunity to give back to the industry. He enjoys judging various species of livestock across the country and internationally. Welcome to Keystone International Livestock Expo, Matt. We are glad to have you with us.
What a nice, what a nice way to start off the show here this morning up in this arena with these Charolais females. The young man that's going to lead off in this class brings a female that is so stylish and powerful. When you study this female from the side, you love the elegant look she gives you. That shoulder blade sits in her right. That knee set is in her good. For a female that is so stout and powerful down at the ground, gets around with free and ease, a very handily female to lead off with. Take nothing away from the heifer that's here in second. Here's one that's definitely got some style and balance. She's opened up in that rib cage. You love the maternal look she gives you. Maybe just needs to settle in a little bit longer to be as head of this heifer in front of her, but two really high-quality females.
Results from our junior heifer calf class are March 2025. Heifer class first place shown exhibited by Toby Mays, and second place exhibited by Michaela Sugg. Our next class in the ring is our early summer yearling heifers, and these heifers were born in May of 2024. We're looking for Peyton Kaufman and Jackson Orr.
Really nice class here. The next class is Charolais females. The young lady's heifer that's going to lead off here is one that is just so robust when you study this female. She's opened up in that rib cage. The lower swoop to this one's belly is such a maternal, ideal look for me, and one that gets around good on her feet and legs. And she is opened up with a massive amount of expression when you study this one when she goes away from you. A really nice female to lead off with. Young man's heifer here is a little bit farther behind, it seems, in maybe gestation, but one that certainly is a very high-quality, long-spine female that's good on her feet and legs. You love the bone work that this female has. For me, she gets a little softer there right at the point of her loin when she gets out and goes and settles into herself when she's standing still. Two really high-quality females. Let's give them a round of applause.
Results of Class 2064, Early Summer Yearling Heifers. First place, and it will be our champion intermediate heifer, went to entry 3800, BCR Brenda 460, exhibited by Peyton Kaufman. And second went to entry 5469, TRMS Mayfield, exhibited by Jackson Orr. Now in the ring should be Class 2068, our March Junior Yearling Heifers with 2 entries.
What a really nice class of females here. When you start analyzing these, it took me a little bit longer. Both of these cattle have some really good parts and pieces. The heifer that I'm going to land on to win this class is one that I just read much more maternal up through that front end. Her shoulder set in her better. Her spine, when you study this one on the standstill, is so much smoother all the way from the top of her shoulder out through that tail head. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's set in there perfect, but it's clipped in there and gives you a good, elegant look from the side. She's not the biggest, stoutest bone female in this class, but when she gets out there and reaches, she hits that stride with free and ease and has just more turn to that center body today. The young lady's heifer that's here in second, one that certainly gives you more of a show look for the females. But for me, though, with that long neck that she does have, she wants to rock forward in that shoulder ever so slightly, throwing her off balance in her top line when she's standing. For me, though, she still gets out and moves very free and easily. Just want to fix her in her top structure ever so slightly. Two really high-quality females.
Results of Class 2068 are March Junior Yearling Heifers. First place went to entry 4779, GAL Miss Debbie Jean, exhibited by McKinley Hucks. Second place went to entry 3492, JPV Miss Elwyn 495M, exhibited by Charlotte Smithson. Next in the ring will be Class 2069, Early Junior Yearling Heifers, and there should be 3 entries.
Here in our next class, we get a big stout trio of females here to study. The heifer that I'm going to lead off this class with, for me, reads just structurally more correct when you put her into motion. One that is stout and powerful when you get behind her. She's opened up in the top side of that hip with a lot of meat and muscle in there. And one that still gives you a good look when you study her from the side. Yes, you'd like to stick that chest up in her ever so slightly, but one that's still deserving of winning this class. Young lady that's going to be second here is the stylish female of the class. For me, though, she gets a little more restricted off of both ends when she gets out and moves, struggling to hit that stride. But one that certainly, you like the rib cage and overall design of the center part of this one. The heifer that's going to round out this class for me is the one that just struggles off of both ends when she gets put into motion. One that's got some added power and style when you study her up through her front end. For me, though, just the structure in this female ends her up in third. Congratulations on a really nice class.
The results of Class 2069, Early Junior Yearling Heifers. First place went to entry 5470, Danley's Outlier Scout, exhibited by Molly Orr. Second to entry 3496, Charlotte Smithson. And third to 5634, Danley's Outlier Shiloh, exhibited by Ashlyn Menke. Now we're picking our champion junior heifer. Testing. All right, now you can hear me.
So we get our division back out here with our first and second. So I'm not going to go back through and talk each of these cattle because we just talked about them, and you probably don't want to hear me ramble all day about this stuff. But I think this is a quality division all the way through with these classes of 2s and 3s. Nothing to fault in any of the cattle that have been out here. They deserve to be at the fair. There's a pair of them that fit right nice for me today. I'll go out and I'll select your grand and reserve in this division. Let's give them a round of applause.
The results of our champion junior heifer drive. Our champion junior heifer went to entry 4779. GAL Miss Debbie Jean, exhibited by McKinley Hucks. And our reserve was entry 3492. JPV Miss Elowin 495M, exhibited by Charlotte Smithson. Now in the ring is our final class, the late senior yearling heifer class with 1 entry. If you had a division champion or reserve, please get ready and line up for our champion drive will be next.
Just a single entry here in our senior yearling division, but one is certainly worth feeding this long. One that you love the rib shape and dimension and the overall capacity that this one brings out here. She's long and sleek in her elegant design and look. She ties high out of the top side of her shoulder blade. And one, when you set her into motion, she hits that stride with free and ease, not much holding this one back. Let's give her a nice round of applause on a good female.
The results of the last class are late senior yearling heifer, which is also the champion senior heifer, went to entry 3649, KCKR Dallas 71L, exhibited by Kinsey Shriver. Now in the ring will be our champion Charolais female drive. It looks as though, from our book, correct me if I'm wrong, that we have no bred and owned animals today, so we won't have a bred and owned drive. If that is incorrect, please come see me.
What a great way to start off the morning here in this arena. This Charolais show has certainly been very high quality set all the way through. These divisions and classes were really good. I think this breed has kept the functionality and sound at the ground. Cattle that are just tied together so well out here. I think there is a combination heifer that when you study them, she is free and easy at the ground. She gives you a good maternal look, but still has that show ring presence, and one that just puts it all together for me. And then when we start talking about getting a reserve in here, we start splitting hairs, and it gets a lot closer and how you want to time together. But either of the females is going to follow up any direction on our champion. With that being said, I'll go out now and I'll select your grand and reserve. Let's give them a nice big round of applause.
Congratulations to our grand champion, Charolais heifer, went to entry 3800, which was BCR Brenda 460, exhibited by Peyton Kaufman. And our reserve grand champion went to entry 3649, KCKR Dallas 71L, exhibited by Kinsey Shriver. That will conclude our Charolais show, and we're going